It is April 7th. I think it was 1 week, maybe 2 ago. Yeah, no, it was 1 week ago. It was Easter. I came out here and I looked at these grape plants, and they really weren't showing any signs of anything. But right now, that is a live bud. In the last week, these things have just all of these buds just really started to expand on these things. So that's good. I was kind of worried that maybe this climate here wasn't going to be good for these grapes. I've got down here on this side, I've got Grenache, and up here I've got Shiraz. So I'll be blending those grapes. It'd be interesting to see how many of them made it. Yeah, and last week this peach tree, it was looking like it was ready to blossom, and it did blossom. It is definitely not past the last freeze date, but hopefully we can get the little fruit things forming up enough that the freeze isn't going to hurt it. This apricot tree is just now starting to bud out. Got a little cherry tree right over here that never really has done a lot. You know, these ducks think I'm in their house. They they live in this little stream here in the springtime. This cherry tree is thinking about it. And I need to get a little bug killer, diatomaceous earth or whatever, something, because right in this little area here, I noticed last year there was a bunch of elder bugs, box elder bugs. And they go up and they like to get near fruit. There's a lot of them when you get box elder bugs. So this year, I think back here, so last year I kind of let this go fallow. Didn't plant anything. Just sort of let it relax. This year, I think I'm going to plant corn. I'll plant 5 or 6 rows, maybe, really long rows, and have it come right up the middle here. Because I've got sprinklers out towards the edge, and they will spray the irrigation water up on it. If I get the stalks too close to the water, the water can damage the stalks. So we got some predator. These are these doves, I think they are, kind of like pigeons, making that sound. We get a lot of them. And there's a predator. Every year throughout this area right here, it's like Dead Dove Alley. There's a predator. I've seen it. It's flown right over my head. I've always tried to get it on camera, but I'm never fast enough. And it is kind of eerie when a big hawk, it's like a big red-tailed hawk, just sort of with its wings expanded, just quietly float right over your head. And then when they pound their wings once or twice, it's like sends chills up your spine if you're not expecting it. It happened to me more than once. It's probably, a hawk is, lower than that big tree right there, maybe about coming through right there. It's got to be maybe 25, 30 feet over my head. And anyway, that hawk, it'll sit up in this tree, and it'll go up over in a tree that's over on the other side of my grapes. And it'll sit up there, and it will look for its targets. It's got a good vision that goes straight up the length of my property here. And I kind of consider it my friend, because it'll help to get pests, and I'm not a big fan of these doves. I mean, there's a lot of them. So right there, right is that. There is the other tree that hawk will sit in. That's right above my grapes. And most of these trees here are either blooming, or you can see just the leaves are starting to come out. All right, we'll go in and see what's going on with the seedlings. Oh, you're out of water. I can fix that. Okay, here in the seedling room, we have, let's see here, I have to tilt this thing. It's like 39 humidity. It's 80 degrees. Usually fluctuates between 80 and 90 degrees in here. I've got this thing right here. It's never on anymore because these lights produce enough heat to keep this room here at 80. A lot of stuff planted. They got cabbage growing, cucumbers, tomatoes, and a bunch of herbs. Some of this stuff I don't know what it is. Artichokes and various kinds of peppers. Lots of different kinds of tomatoes. This year we're going to grow tons of tomatoes because we made some tomato juice last year that we just loved, and we went right through it. So this year we're going to make a whole bunch of. We are going to make a whole bunch of tomatoes and make tomato juice and tomato sauce. So we've got some special peppers here. These are, a friend of mine gave me some black pearl to start, and we'll split them. Some of them seem to be faring better than others. Over here too, these guys, here we have Tabasco plants, and at first I planted some of these limo hot pepper seeds, and they didn't germinate. I planted them at the same time that I planted these. And so then I threw in some habanero last week, and I haven't seen anything of the habanero yet. And if the habanero doesn't come out, I've got, I did double of these things. I'll see if I can split some of them apart and put them in here. The same with these guys over here. All right. That's the seedling room. Some going on down here too.